Hello. So today we are going to learn how to track your food to help you stay in a calorie deficit or calorie surplus or maintenance. Just to teach you what portion sizes should look like for you, how much food you should be consuming for your goals. And this has been coming up with multiple of my clients where they're just not sure how to track, or they're tracking inaccurately, and then they're being frustrated because they're tracking but they're not having results. So today we're going to learn how to track correctly, and we will do this on an example where I'll be making lunch today. So I'll show you how I do it step by step. Okay, so let's get ready. Okay, I also wanted to point out that this is not cooking with the stars. I am an absolutely terrible cook, and what I make for myself to eat is stuff that I enjoy, but then also that is easy for me to make. I have no time, no will, no skills to be spending hours in the kitchen and cooking fancy meals. So I just do what I need to do to fill myself, to eat nutritious food, and just not spend much time or thought about on it. I just detest cooking. So please don't judge me about what my food looks like, what I eat, and things like that. But this is just an information, education material for you to see how I do things, how to properly weigh things, and then I'll do another post or video on how to log things to MyFitnessPal. Okay, so I hope this helps, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. Okay, so today we'll be making pasta. So this is pasta I normally use, which is lentil pasta, much higher in protein than normal pasta. We're gonna have some veg and some corn, chicken pieces, and some pesto. I might add some olives or some other vegetables, just depending on how I feel and how many calories I'm gonna have. But this is more or less what we're going to make. So let's get going. Okay, so first of all, we need to decide how much pasta we're going to have, okay? So you need to look at the labels at the back of the pasta, and it will tell you per serving, so calories per serving. So this is 200 grams serving, and it's 319 calories. Bear in mind that 95 grams of pasta weighs approximately 200 grams when cooked. So this is going to be cooked pasta. So please make sure that you don't mix this up, okay? You can always Google things, and if you're not sure what this is, if they're talking about cooked or dry, you can Google it and just ask how many calories approximately for 200 grams dry pasta or cooked pasta, and it should tell you more or less. But this is going to be cooked, okay? So that's the first thing that a lot of people will make a mistake on, and it's going to be a very, very big mistake, because 200 grams of dry pasta, if you cook 200 grams of dry pasta, this is going to be twice the calories. So because 95 grams, so around 100 grams dry pasta will yield around 200 grams of cooked pasta. Therefore, 200 grams of dry pasta will be probably around 400 grams of cooked. So that's going to be double. So it's going to be over 600 calories. So if you wanted to eat, 400 grams of cooked pasta, that would be a big portion, first of all. Secondly, very high in calories as well. So that's our first big mistake, or that people generally make, or things to pay attention to, okay? The other thing, pesto. Pesto is really high in calories. Okay, so this is per 100, this is a quarter of a jar, this is 190 grams jar, but basically if you look at the label again, typical values per 100 grams. Okay, so 100 grams of pesto is 428 calories. So 10 grams of pesto is going to be 42 calories. I'll show you what 10 grams of pesto looks like, or 20, because I normally use 20 grams of pesto in my meal. That's half a teaspoon, okay? Or a teaspoon of pesto. You can have a whole load of more volume from a tomato sauce. So I'll show you just to compare. So this is Heinz tomato and chili sauce, and if you have a look here, 100 grams of sauce is 53 calories. Okay, compare that. 100 grams of this sauce is 53 calories. 100 grams of this of pesto is 428 calories. Like, that is a massive difference. Pesto is really high in calories because it's full of olive oil. That's where it's coming from, and nuts, okay, because you make pesto of nuts as well. So nuts are quite dense. They are full of healthy fats, so they will add to the caloric value of this sauce. So you know, this is a 350 gram jar of sauce. If you use 100 grams of that in your pasta, you know, you'll have a nice amount of sauce going in. This is literally going to be only for taste, nothing else. If you wanted to add like a substantial amount of pesto into your pasta, I mean, that is a lot of calories, so just bear that in mind. Okay, so first step, we're going to weigh out the pasta. Okay, so I need to know how much pasta I'm going to have. So I'm gonna zero my scales with a container. Make sure I'm in the right unit. So we want the grams. Perfect. And then I tend to have around 60 grams of dry pasta. So this is 57 grams. That will be more than enough for me. So 57 grams of dry pasta will give me approximately 100 and maybe 130 grams of cooked pasta, and that's my usual portion size. Okay, so I'm gonna get my pasta ready. So just put some water on with some salt. Pasta is ready to go, and we will be waiting for it to boil. I don't have a proper lid for this. In the meantime, I'll get ready the sauce, or whatever you call the things that will fill the pasta. Okay, so I'm going to start with my corn pieces, or corn, don't know how to say that. Anyway, okay, so again, I'm going to put my bag on the scales, zero it, then I'm going to empty the bag into the sauce, the pan, and then that's 58 grams. I need another 42 grams because I want 100 grams of corn in my food. So again, next bag, zero it. Sometimes it takes a while to zero it. Yep. Perfect. And then, what did I say? I need 42 grams. 28, 60, 50, 40. Okay, so I need to 42, so 44, that would be 102 grams. So that's our corn pieces done. So I've put the thing on, and now I'm just gonna wait for it to heat up a bit. Once this is when the corn chicken start to defrost a bit, I will add some spinach. And again, you can weigh your spinach. There are some things I will weigh, some things I won't weigh. So again, put your bag on. I put like 0 it again. £10. You can be quite generous with spinach because, I mean, it's like 0 calories. Maybe not 0, but 20-30 grams of spinach is going to be around 16 calories or something like that. Nothing very important. So that's us. That's ready, and we're gonna cook that. Okay, while the corn and the spinach are cooking slowly, I'm gonna weigh out some tomatoes. So these are some baby plum tomatoes from Sainsbury's, whatever. I zeroed the scales again. I put the box on, zeroed the scales. I'm just gonna pick some out. I want around 120 grams of tomatoes. Again, they're quite low in calories, so you can have some extra. It doesn't really matter that much as long as it is, within your calories. 123 grams of tomatoes. That's what I'm gonna have. Okay, we're going to deal with the pesto now. So the way I do it, again, I open the jar and zero it. Grab a teaspoon. And again, as I said, pesto, I will measure in teaspoons, okay? This is so high in calories. I really enjoy the taste of it, and I like to have it in my pasta from time to time, but this is going to be a lot. So, I will use 20 grams. This is because I have tested, my recipes multiple times. So 20 grams of pesto is what it will be, okay or enough for me. So it's going to be actually a bit more than a teaspoon. So we've got 15, and then I'm just going to add another 5 grams. So we've got 19. Right, let's stick with 19 grams of pasta. There we go. Grams of pesto, not pasta. So that's that. 19 grams. So it was maybe a teaspoon and a bit. It's just difficult to get the pesto out with a tablespoon. But yeah, you get the idea. You know how to measure this. So yeah, 19 grams. Done. Okay, so I decided to add some olives, so sliced black olives, and again, they are quite highish in calories. So 15 grams is 19 calories. It's not bad. 100 grams is 125 calories. So, and olives are a really good source of healthy fats, fiber. So definitely recommend getting some in. So again, we're gonna zero our scales. Ooh, I need to get into my drawer. And then I will scoop some out, just chuck it in the bowl. How much have we used? 17, so I'll probably get another 10 grams. So, 27, that'll do me. That's plenty. So that's how much it is. I've already cut my tomatoes. So once the pasta is ready, I will then, which is cooking, once the pasta is ready, I will add the tomatoes and the olives into my pan with the corn chicken with the pesto and spinach. And and just heat them up a little bit. Like, I don't like to get my tomatoes too hot because the skin then starts peeling off them and they just turn into mush, and I like to have them still slightly firmer and intact almost. Okay, once the pasta is cooked, what we're gonna do is I'm going to weigh it out again because I measure my pasta as cooked weight. So I aim for 120 grams of pasta, so just weighing it out. Even if I do 60, 50 something grams of dried pasta, it sometimes comes up as more than what I need. So yeah, we're 120 grams here, so that's where I'm gonna stop. I've already heated up my pesto with my corn chicken and my tomatoes, so just add that. I don't weigh that anymore. This is all that goes in, and at the end I add some fresh wild rocket. I don't weigh that. I just put as much as I want because, I mean, 10 grams, whatever, a handful is like 2 calories, so it doesn't really matter. So I'll mix it up. There you go. And that's your meal ready, all weighed out, all accounted for, or all calories. So I don't think it's you know, that much extra work weighing everything out. I still have to pull my tomatoes out of the bag, or, you know, the box, so I just put them on the scales and take them out while I'm doing that, you know, while I'm weighing them. Same with like spinach or, you know, anything else. There's maybe an additional couple of steps that you have to do to weigh your food, but really, you know, if you have a weight loss goal, weighing and counting your calories is the most effective, efficient way of doing it. And also, you don't have to do it forever. You just have to learn what your portion size is for your needs, for your goals. Okay, so if you're on a diet, like, you just need to make sure that you eat less than what your body needs, so then you burn your fat. That is a stored energy, basically. Okay, so if you have any questions, drop me a comment, and I'll be happy to help and answer. And in the meantime, I'm gonna go and enjoy my pasta lunch. That's my pasta.